Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on we're going to do an update on the Victory section, which is actually going to be a combination of two updates that I did earlier, but my Yeti Nano mic quit working on me. It wasn't that it was broken or really quit working. What happened was Logitech software updated, and every time Logitech updates their software, my mic quits working in OBS, and it was screwed up in StreamYard. Just had to do a lot of things to get it back to where it would work. So I picked up some different mics. I'm now using a newer mic, or newer. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I think they are, what are they? Let me double check. They are CM28 Pros. So far, they seem to be pretty good. Let me go ahead and get these pieces out of the way so they're not blocking anything. But they seem to work pretty well. And in actuality, I've done some few tests here and there with them, played with them a little bit. Haven't done a whole lot. But you will be the judge of whether they're worthwhile, if they're good mics or not. I think they are very good mics. Most of the guys on the Friday and Sunday streams use them. So, back to the model. So, what you can see here, I've cut the holes in the bottom of the ship. These are based on these two templates. And one thing it does say is, over here it is frame 2 and frame 8. On here, frame 8, frame 2, which matches right here, frame 2 and frame 8. So I used this, did a little bit of shading on here. These did not fit completely in here, perfectly in here. They were a little bit wrinkled. Should be okay. I can adjust the holes as we go if I need to. Let me get this one back out. So what I did after I did that, the two little octagonal pieces here, I went ahead and put a little bit of a hole in the planking on the very bottom. Those are big enough. I used my I forget what these are called, but it lets you start with a certain size and you can go down to larger sizes as you go through. I only needed to do the very tip right here like this to get the hole big enough. Oops, don't knock over things and break them. But I think it works out really well. So you can see I've got the holes cut in the bottom. They're not perfect, but there's going to be a little building around here, and I believe they are only for the wires to go down through when the lights are in, not positive. I do know I made a discovery, and I mentioned it in one of the other videos, one of the videos that I'm not going to post because they have no sound. We have the parts that go in there are, I believe they were A7, something like that. And originally, let me get them both out. Originally, I couldn't figure out which ones they were. And I said, okay, this looks right. But it was B. You can see on there, there's a little B there. Not even sure it was B. But there's a little B. That was B. There's a C there. And there's the A. The main difference is the length, plus that end's hollow, and this end has a pin on there. It's actually pretty neat the way they did this, because you've got A, B slots in, C will slot in on top of B. You can actually get them in any order you want. But what these are, if I'm not mistaken, let me just take a look. Is there a D here? No, those are different parts. This is the C part. Somewhere I believe there's a D. I'd have to go look at the videos to make sure. But I believe this is the bilge pumps, or the pipes for the bilge pumps. This could also be. I know that both of these run from the, not the keel, what is that? The ballast, basically. Because to make sure that your ship doesn't roll over, because your ship will roll over if you don't have weight in the bottom to keep it upright. But to make sure the ship doesn't roll over, they put weight in here, and bilge is what I was thinking, not ballast. But they'll put weight in here. That's where these rocks will come in. They'll get glued down in here, and that helps the ship to stay upright. And as you're at sea, it's a wooden boat. It might leak a little bit. Not a guarantee that it will leak, but if it does, you've got to have a way to get the water out of here up to the deck and off the ship. And that is where your bilge pumps come in. That's what the word I was looking, not ballast. So these are the pipes for the bilge pumps. I think either these ones are, either these are, or these are. Doesn't really say in the instructions, because the instructions are all on video. But, and these I think go all the way to the top of the ship as well. But that's how those will go in there. And then I built this little piece here. And what this is it will go on here. It is where the mast will hit the keel. It goes on here, and if I looked at further in the videos, the way that the round peg of the mast goes into that square hole. Let me get the mast real quick. It's in here somewhere. I think. Let's see. Let me pause real quick while I figure out where my mast is. Hopefully I did not mistake it for something else and put it in another kit. So let me find my mouse. I will be back in a second. Okay, in a moment of clarity, I realized that all my strip wood and dowels and everything are in a little drawer that's literally sitting right next to me. Let me pull it out and show you. Everything's sitting in this drawer right here. So I'm looking everywhere for this dowel. So what's going to happen is that's going to fit on there. I'm going to mark the I'm going to mark the bottom with a cross, and then I'm going to draw this out on here, and I'm going to cut it to where it'll fit, and then it'll drop down into that hole. I don't know that it gets glued in yet, but it will go in there soon, probably in the next video, maybe. Well, it'll get cut to fit in there. Don't know how soon it's actually going to go in there and stay in there. Go ahead and put these pieces here, make sure everything's in here, and put everything away. We'll go ahead and put these pieces back on here. These are just to make sure that while I'm working on it, it keeps, for one, it'll keep the width of the ship correct. The other, it will keep it from snapping inward too hard and breaking something. So that sits in there like that. And this one will go back in here like this. Come on. I think, yeah, I'm going to put the clamps back on it. The only thing the clamps are for is to keep them on those two bars on the end where they're out of the way of anything I'm doing. And actually, I believe in the next stage they have you take them out for a moment so you can work inside of them. So it's kind of funny. I had 2 3-minute videos, and instead of 6 minutes, I got 10 minutes out of it. But hope you're enjoying the build. Thank you for stopping by. I am enjoying this immensely. It is a very good build. If you are enjoying it, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you want, hit the super chat button. I think that's only for during streams, but you can also leave a gift, I believe. I'm not sure exactly how YouTube monetization works, but I would appreciate it if you left some little something behind, or not. Completely free, and subscribing is free as well. With that, I'm going to say, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video or stream.